What you're looking at right now on the center of the screen there, this is our DragonCharts scanning platform. This platform is very exciting. This has been under development for almost a year now, and we're about 1 to 2 weeks away from launching it as a beta to the public. And what this platform is a professional level scanning platform using technical analysis to find the best stocks in various markets. What makes it unique is that it's focused on Asia. We've got China, India, Indonesia, Singapore is being added as well, and some of the smaller Asian markets as well. This is very unique because in this part of the world, in Asia, this type of platform has been unavailable to the average retail investor. It's been limited pretty much to institutions such as banks or mutual funds or hedge funds. And it wasn't until now that we actually that traders have actually had access to something like this. What we like about it in particular is the fact that it can be set up to use for people that are new to trading, can use the full service, what we call full service scans, or more advanced traders can use what we call self-service scans. The full service scans, basically, let me just give you a demonstration here. We select China, and then we can do Hong Kong or Shanghai, Shenzhen. Let's do Hong Kong, and then we can select the index we want to use or no index. Relative strength breakout that you see right here. This type of breakout is a breakout above consolidation, a base of consolidation, which is one of our top patterns that we do. Pullback play is a stock that's been trending higher, but it's pulled back to an area of support. And then trend reversal is a stock that's been trending lower, but sets a lower high and a higher low and a higher high, meaning that it's reversing its downtrend. And we simply hit the Scan Now button, and we get a list of stocks very quickly, just like that meet our criteria. So out of more than 1,000 stocks in the Hong Kong exchange, we quickly narrowed it down to about 30 of them that are setting up for a pullback play, for example. And then we can add in criteria here such as price range, minimum price, maximum price, minimum volume, maximum volume. And then we can also click on any of the ticker symbols and we get a chart. The charts are not finished yet. These are under development. They'll be done within the next week or so, but there'll be candlestick charts with the ability to do annotations as well. And we can scan through the charts just by hitting the space bar or the enter bar on our keyboard. Over here, the technical works very similar. We select the country, and then we can pick different criteria, stocks that are above or below a certain moving average, minimum price or volume. If we want to find stocks at new highs, we can select that filter. Stocks with good relative strength. So there's all different types of scanning criteria we can use. And this is all in a very user-friendly format and with built-in charts. So the stocks that we're actually looking at this evening, the 3 stocks on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange, we found through using our full-service scans here. One of them is actually a trend reversal play, and one was a pullback and one was a breakout above consolidation. So one of each of these 3 we're going to show you this evening. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at those charts that meet our criteria. The first one that we want to look at that came up was 1898 is the ticker number. This is China Coal. China Coal came up in our trend reversal scan, and what we like about this stock in particular is we can draw a downtrend line right here. You can see that downtrend line. A downtrend line is formed whenever there is at least 2 or more anchor points. This is called an anchor point right here, another anchor point. And the validity of the trend line is confirmed whenever there's a third touch of the trend line, which is right here. So we can see we had a downtrend line, and the stock was clearly trending lower. You can even draw the lower channel. See the lower channel here? This is support down here. This is resistance up here. So this is for a period of 4 months, from January through May. The stock was trending lower. But something happened here last month in June. Notice how the stock tightened up in a sideways range right here. And then it actually pushed through to move sideways, pushed through this downtrend line that you see here. And the 20-period moving average and the 50-day moving average, these 2 moving averages we use as indicators of trend, Notice how when the stock moved above this downtrend line, that coincided with the stock moving above the 20 and the 50-day moving averages as well. And then the stock moved higher. Now, what was significant here is it came back down a couple days after breaking out and came into new support of this trend line. Notice how when the stock came back down, how it didn't go any lower. It held support of this trend line. This is a good example of the law that says a prior level of resistance in technical analysis becomes the new level of support after the resistance is broken. So you can see here we broke out above resistance, pulled back, and now we found new support at this trend line. And we see that all the time where prior resistance levels act as support. And now, just today, the stock gapped up. That means it moved higher above this 5-day consolidation. And so far, we see the stock has formed a higher high right here. There's a higher high. This is higher than this high. And it's also formed a higher low. This low is higher than this low. And the only thing that it hasn't done yet is it hasn't confirmed a second higher high, but it looks like that's going to happen very soon because of the fact that the stock has already moved up above this 5-day consolidation. So given today's price action, probably 1 or 2 more days and we'll set another higher high up here. So 2 higher highs and higher lows would confirm the trend reversal. So this is a stock that we like for potential trend reversal. And the only thing we want to see is the volume pick up a little bit more down here. Okay, the next stock we want to take a look at is 883. And 883 is CNOOC Limited. This is a stock that's potentially reversing its uptrend. And it's actually looking pretty bearish here. And that means that it's looking like it's going to reverse its the trend that's been going higher. First of all, we can see here it's been in a downtrend since short-term downtrend since March of this year. But most notably, what happened just today was very significant because it broke down below this 200-day moving average. The 200-day moving average is a long-term indicator of trend, and we can see that the stock broke down below that today. And we also see big volume today. Notice this volume spike. That means that institutions were selling this stock into strength. And when we see institutional level volume occurring when a stock makes a significant move, that institutional volume usually drives the market either higher or lower. So that's notable that the volume spiked here with this move lower. And let's take a look at a longer time frame. We can actually draw a trend line here. And drawing this trend line, we see that the stock is coming right into key support of its long-term uptrend line from looks like August. Trading bulletin here. One moment. Coming into long-term support from August of 2010. So the point here is that the stock is at a very critical level. If it holds here, okay, but given today's volume, it's unlikely that it will. The confirmation of the breakdown of this uptrend would be a break below this swing low back here. This is from back in June last month. And if that happens, we like the stock for a potential short sale. You may be wondering why we're pointing out stocks that are moving lower. Well, that's because if you're new to trading, what you may not realize is that you can actually make money on both sides of the market when a stock goes up or when a stock moves down by doing something called selling short. And this is a potential short play on the breakdown of this prior low. And we'll look at one more stock. 914, this is Anhui Conch Cement. Now this is an example of a stock that's been trending higher and just had a pullback. Very nice steady uptrend since December of last year. You can see the uptrend line here. Good relative strength. The stock has not even come into support of its uptrend line for at least a month. So it's got great relative strength. It's above the 20-day and the 50-day moving average. And a couple of things going on here. First of all, this is a good example of a stock breaking out above a base of consolidation. What we had right here, make make the chart a little bit smaller. You can see what we had right here was a breakout above consolidation. Here it failed on the first attempt back in January of 2011. But then it succeeded on the second attempt to move above this sideways consolidation that you see here. And then when it got above the consolidation, then it formed another band of consolidation right here. That's a consolidation, sideways trading range. And now the stock just several weeks ago just broke above this consolidation. So this is a good example of how stocks break out above consolidation, trend higher, form another level of consolidation, and trend higher, stair-stepping up. Here we have increasing volume as well. Notice how the volume has been getting higher. So we're seeing increasing institutional demand for the stock. And most notably, 2 days ago, the stock on an intraday basis, it undercut the low of right here, this level right here. And that means it moved below that low of the consolidation. Now that's actually that's positive, that's bullish, because what that means is that the stock actually undercut the prior low, and it shakes out the weak, what we call the weak hands. That's people that sell very quickly as soon as the stock breaks below a key level of support. Now when this happens, when we have this low undercutting, the prior low, that's actually positive, because the people that sell on the break of this prior low, it absorbs overhead supply, which makes it easier for the stock to move higher. So notice how one day after the stock bounced off this 20-day moving average, undercut the prior low, and today the stock gapped higher. It moved higher, closed actually near the previous day's high, which is really bullish. So one more day up to move towards the upper end of this candle up here, and the stock will resume its uptrend. So there's a lot of educational things going on here in this chart. Now I just want to reiterate that we're not stockbrokers, so we don't give advice on which stocks to buy or sell. But what we do is two things. One, we provide education to traders, teaching you how to use technical analysis along with money management and understanding the psychology of trading. We do that through our live daily webinars and our stock trading courses. And also we have our software, which I just showed you earlier, our scanning platform, which actually is just using the information provided already by the exchanges, and making your job easier. Rather than looking through thousands of stocks every day to find the best chart patterns, you can simply do a scan and narrow that down in a matter of seconds, literally, which stocks meet the best criteria. So that's what we do here at DragonCharts.